Some games out there strike an odd tone in the way they tell a story, in the way they have you go through them. On today's episode of Mumbles, we're reviewing one of those odd type games. We're reviewing 35mm. Coming up next on Mumbles. Hi everyone, Mumbles here. On today's episode, I'm bringing you guys a doozy of a game. We're reviewing 35mm, and I'm just going to kind of let this game speak for itself. So we're going to move straight on into the description. Description-wise, this game reads, post-apocalyptic story about two travelers who set out on a long journey in the wasteland left by people after the global epidemic. The disaster destroyed much of the world's population, the infrastructure went wrong, and the common life remained only in memories. The times when a human has to adapt the environment for himself end now. In order to survive, he will have to adapt to changes. You will have to play the character whose path runs through the deserted towns and cities in Russia, fields and forests of a vast country, and even a secret unknown facility. Who are we, where are we from, and where do we go? We will be lucky to know it only at the end. The adventure story will let you explore in more detail a number of interesting locations of post-apocalyptic Russia, filled with a variety of items and secrets. During the adventure, you will collect supplies, food, batteries, and weapons, solve quests, and move forward on the plot, which has several variations in the final depending on your action. At the time of this review, this game is available on all major systems, including Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, for a price of $8.99. We are reviewing this thing today on the Nintendo Switch. So that was the description. We're now going to move on into the gameplay section. But before we move on to the gameplay section, I gotta ask, please subscribe to MumblesVideos. And thank you for the support. You're amazing. So gameplay-wise, the best way I can describe this game is, this is a walking simulator with a couple gameplay mechanics built into it. You do have some combat in this game, some shooting, you have some things that you have to find, maybe one or two puzzle elements here and there, and some scavenging that you have to do for food and stuff like that. But for the most part, you are going to walk, and walk, and walk, and walk some more. Lots and lots of walking. They could have called this the Walking 35mm, and it would have fit perfectly. Cons for today, too much walking. There's a whole lot of walking in this game. I mean, a lot of walking. And that's not always a good thing unless you're doing something with that walking. The second con is that the pace of this game is ridiculously slow to start with. I mean, I was 30 minutes into this game, and I was literally still just walking, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? No joke. The third con is that this game is glitchy and full of bugs. This game came out in 2016 on Steam. And literally within the first 10 minutes of me opening up the game and playing it on my Nintendo Switch, I had a glitch which caused me to have to restart my Nintendo Switch in order to get the game to move forward. Never a good sign for a game when it's got glitches and it's been out since 2016. Get your stuff right, creators. We move on into the score section, and if you haven't been able to tell by now, I don't like this game. This game is one of those games that really struggled, especially at the start of the game. I found myself very, very, very bored with it. You know, when you have to have a character walk from point A to point B, that's fine. But when you have them walk from point A to point B, like the slowest that anyone has ever walked in their entire life, that's a problem. When it takes you 30 minutes to get from point A to point B with nothing really interesting going on in between point A and point B, that's a problem. When you continue to do this all through the game, walking from point A to point B with not really much interesting going on, that's a problem. There isn't enough gameplay in this game or enough awesome action in this game to save the main problem with this game, which is the walking. I've seen people give this game fantastic reviews for the story and this and that, and that's fine. It seems to have a decent story, but the game lost me because of how boring it was. If I wanted this kind of experience, I could just go watch a documentary on TV, guys. I'm sorry, but it's true. On today's episode of Mumbles, I'm sorry, but I have to give this game a 3 out of 10. I just wasn't impressed by it. I just didn't like it. Maybe some people out there think I'm crazy for giving it this score, but for me, this game just didn't really do much. Anyways, guys, this has been my review of 35mm. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Please smack the subscribe button, smack the like button, smack all those buttons. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, everyone. Take care.